Welcome back, everybody. Couch Surfing Podcast, Season 3, Episode 1. It's the new year. We're back from our long winter break, I guess you can say, hiatus that we had. We were just sleeping, working. Me, not so much all the time, and enjoying the holidays. So good time, but glad to be back. Back in the studio.
It was a good break.
Good break. I know that 3 of y'all missed us. I know. But looking forward to the new year here. And getting started, I want to give y'all just a couple updates. What's been going on? It feels weird. It feels weird talking.
Yeah.
I haven't done this in, 3 months?
Yeah.
Now? Last time we shot was in October. And now it's just in the new year. But kind of backing it up then to where we left off was Halloween. How was your Halloween?
It's so far away that I'm trying to...
Did you do anything? Did you talk about something?
Yeah, we went to...
You did trunk or treat.
Yeah, we did trunk or treat at Sarah's school. And then we also did that weekend Halloween party at one of her coworkers' house. And Sarah and I and one of her good friends and her husband dressed up as... I was Shaggy.
That's right.
The other girl's husband was Scooby, and then
Velma, Daphne.
Velma, yeah, and I think Sarah was Velma, and Daphne was the other girl.
Solid.
Because Velma's the one with the glasses.
Yeah, orange glasses.
Yeah. So that's what Sarah was. And then I'm trying to think because I wore that Scooby-Doo costume twice, but I can't remember.
To the trunk or treat?
I don't think I wore it to the trunk or treat. We were going to, but then we didn't. We were going to decorate the van as the mystery van and do it like that, but we didn't end up doing it. Maybe next year. But I'm trying to think where else. Anyway, but yeah, Halloween was good.
Right on. I think last time actually when we shot, I had a mustache.
Oh yeah, for Halloween.
Yeah, because it would have been it was October, so mustache is gone now for all the just audio listeners. Save that shit right off. Day after Halloween, not having that. Top Gun was a success. I got a lot of compliments. People say I committed well to the bit. It was like a week or so before Halloween. Was couple different, it was zeros, subs, and WRV. Every time I went there. Military? For discount? I was like, oof, no. But I appreciate it. And I swear it's the mustache, baby. That's what it was. It was looking good.
You sure you're not a pilot?
Are you sure? I'm like, another life, maybe. Can't tell you, classified. Yeah. So that's how I knew it was working. When the places started asking me military discount.
People ask me if I'm military all the time, and I'm like,
really?
Does this look military to you?
Ex-military for sure. He's finally letting it just grow out. Yeah, that's how I knew I was doing good. Top Gun was a fun time. Did that with in the office, and then had a party at Grace's, family. I think that was it. I don't think I did a third one. I think it was just twice. But shaved that mustache right off the day after. I was so happy about that. Trying to think. Fast forwarding to then November. Thanksgiving. Had a great Thanksgiving. If I can remember. What the fuck did I do? I did Grace's family, and I did my family, I believe, for Thanksgiving. Oh, no. Here it was, I remember that now. Day before Thanksgiving, it was dinner at Wentz's. Day of Thanksgiving, lunch, birdsong. Night, Visser's. next day was was Britt's family. So it was mom family the night, and then the next day dinner was that one. So I had 4 Thanksgivings.
You're stuffed.
Yeah, I've been gaining so much weight. It's bad. It's really bad. We'll get into that. But yeah, so we did that. It was a full load, full time. And I actually, when we recorded, October 6th is when we recorded.
Okay.
Last. Since that time, since we're in November now, or pretty much getting into December, I'll jump just a quick thing, and we'll talk about your Thanksgiving. Sad news was October 9th, I believe is what it was. October 9th or 8th. Grace's granddad passed away from a heart attack. Very old. He was, I think, 92, 93. Which it was Britt's father. And then, like, December 2nd, Britt's mom passed away. Under 2 months, so Grace's grandma passed. So that was rough. She died of cancer that they found 2 weeks after her husband died. She was totally fine. Totally good. A little bit of, like, the dementia was, like, setting in. 2 weeks after the husband died, she's like, my hip hurts. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, but she also tried to lift her husband, like, when he fell and stuff. And we think it was, you probably just got a sprain, you got a fracture, something like that, trying to lift a body. Like, you can't do that. Did an x-ray. They're like, yeah, you got, like, cancer all over your body. You got lumps everywhere. It's just like, what? And, like, yeah, you're not going to make it to the new year.
Damn.
And she just goes, okay, that's fine. I don't care. Like, I just lost my husband of, like, 50-something years. So, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm tired anyway. So, it was, like, a sad blessing is kind of what we were calling it. Because she didn't really...
quality of life wasn't
wasn't good. It was going down kind of anyway. She couldn't be by herself all the time. And the only kid that was really here was Britt. The other one's in Richmond. The other one's, like, Charlottesville. The other one's, like, Wilmington. So, yeah, it was just, like, one of those things where she was like, I don't want to be a burden to y'all, so, like, we're not doing anything. So, like, fun fact, I didn't realize that they make fentanyl patches for, like, painkillers for, like, people, like, in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was, like, she had morphine and stuff, but they also gave her fentanyl patches. Thought that was very interesting. I was like, huh.
Can't get them on the street.
I was like, slap one on my arm. Let me see what it's like. But, yeah, so, unfortunately, she's passed, so had to go through that with everything. But did you have a good Thanksgiving? Did you go away?
No.
Or were you here?
So, I went away after Thanksgiving. So, before Thanksgiving, I think what we did was the day before Thanksgiving, we did Sarah's family. And
is that Norfolk?
Yeah,
okay.
Out in Norfolk. And we had dinner with them. Evelyn, her older sister, makes, like, basically all the food and whatnot, and she did a really good job. Amazing. And then the next day we did my family around, like, noon or 1, and that was good. We did it at one of my mom's cousin's house, which is, I guess, my second cousin. They always, like, there's a bunch of them that live in this area, and they always switch houses every few years or whatever. But then after that, we left a little early, probably around 3, and went up to Busch Gardens and went to Christmastown.
How was that?
It was good because we went at the perfect time, I feel like, because we got there at, like, 4.
Okay.
So when most people are probably, like, starting their Thanksgiving dinner.
True.
And we went and, like, did everything we wanted to do from, like, 4 to, like, 6:37. And then when we were leaving, it's like when everybody was coming from after Thanksgiving.
That makes sense. I feel like that would be a thing kind of definitely in the Williamsburg area. Like, that's what people would do.
Yeah, so...
Like the locals.
we got to do, like, ride a bunch of rides multiple times.
You riding the new one by chance?
We were going to, but, like, what happened was we went to a polished chariot and then walked back, and then I realized that it's probably over.
It was a little bit further, yeah.
And I was like, oh, we should go. And Sarah's like, it looks kind of scary. And I was like, come on.
Bro, it's epic.
I bet.
It's epic. You know, like, there's literally a sign.
I bet the line was actually long.
Oh, yeah. The line for it was the longest we had to wait because we went to Christmas Town as well. And it was like a 30-minute wait.
Oh, that's
for
not bad.
at Christmas Town, like, cold, like,
Uh-huh.
it was the longest ride there. Like, Polished Chariot was like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But there was a sign that said, you must, not even like height, weight was like on the sign. It literally said you must, no prosthetic leg, must have at least one full leg, and the other leg has to be to like the kneecap and above. Like, if it's fine if you're kneecap and below, but when you're riding, you can't wear that prosthetic, and you also have to have it said, I think it said both hands, like both arms, or at least one arm.
Dang.
Like, I was like, wait, what the fuck is that? Like, there's no other ride that says that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way, like, it rides, because it's not a harness here. It's just a lap bar that goes across here is the only thing that's holding you in. And then you hold on to, like, here.
Uh-huh.
So there's nothing chest or...
Almost like a polished chariot?
Yeah. As you can imagine a polished chariot that comes like this, but instead of it like a whole, like, diaper-looking thing that goes across like this, it's just a bar that's here. So your legs, like, this is all open, like, below. That's why you have to have... If you're missing a leg, you have to still have that missing leg from your kneecap up.
So you don't slip out.
Yeah, because you can't have, like, if you're missing a whole leg, you can't ride it.
Dang.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was fun. It was fast. It was so fast. It was a really, really quick, like, quick as in, like, the speed of it. The duration was fine, but yeah, I was like tearing up and screaming.
I bet.
But yeah, so next time you go, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
That's fun. Y'all got to go there.
Yeah, we did that after Thanksgiving, and then right after Thanksgiving on Friday morning, I left around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning and went up to Pennsylvania to go hunting.
And what did we get? Did we get anything?
I didn't kill anything. I still have so much meat from last year and the year before that.
You still have that meat?
Yeah, I gave a bunch to Wilson the other day.
Well, you got it like just like you've been having it in the deep freeze, I guess.
Yeah,
and it stays.
Yeah,
good?
it's vacuum sealed. Okay. And a lot of what I have is ground, but Sarah doesn't particularly like it. I try to sneak it into like taco meat and pasta sauce and whatnot.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be good.
Most of the time.
Is there that much of a flavor difference, especially like in a pasta sauce where like
I don't think so.
You have so many other flavorings.
Yeah, I don't think so in like things like that or even tacos because there's so much seasoning in taco.
Spices, yeah.
Especially if you also cut it with pork or beef.
I could also see that like I can understand the taste if you made burgers.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
I could see that taste being different.
But I also didn't have any antlerless deer tags. We saw plenty of doe or antlerless deer, but we didn't see any legal bucks. We saw one buck that looked like it only had 4 tines, so its horns went up and went like that, basically. And
that's pretty young.
Yeah, and there you have to have
6
a tine above like the eyebrow, and then the horns on one side, and then the other side can be like a 2. So, and the one that we saw, I'm pretty sure literally went straight up and then split off into 2. But my cousin still shot at it because she like
fuck it.
I don't even think she could see. She just saw horns and was like,
"Good enough for me."
It was funny the way that we were running out this section of woods, and we were standing on basically the edge. I was standing on the edge where they could run out into an open field on my left or an open field sort of behind me.
Yeah.
So the way that I was standing, I was looking into the woods, and everything behind me to my right and left on both sides was, and behind me was just open field. And I could hear them coming through the woods because somebody's walking toward me. I could hear the deer coming, and they were coming like legitimately like right at me, and they come out in the woods full sprint and see me, and like cut back to my right and run through the field like that. And my cousin is at the middle part of that field where the woods sort of end, looking into the woods, waiting for him to run out into the field. And when they ran past me, she like saw him running and was like, I don't know why he's not shooting, but I'm gonna shoot. But so I could see them very clearly when they were coming through the woods that it didn't look like it was legal. And also they were full speed running, so like there's also houses at the end of this field if you don't aim quite properly. So it's like I didn't really feel like shooting at a running target one.
Yeah.
And there's houses.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
I saw her bullet hit the hit the ground in the field and like
puff.
Yeah. So it wasn't like. But anyway, it was a good time. We like I said, we saw plenty of deer, but just didn't end up killing anything. And by the time it was like a day or two before I was going to leave, I didn't want to kill anything anyway because I didn't feel like killing it and then basically having to leave it for them to carve up and deal with. So we just really hung out for the last day or so. But that was good. And then moved into the Christmas season.
Yeah, Christmas was busy. Busy. I worked like 1 week, like usual. I went down to the Bahamas again with my company because I reached our the contest goals or all the things that the company wanted me to make, how much money they wanted me to make for them. So got to go down to the Bahamas for the whole week. Grace couldn't go this year. The 1 year she was allowed, the first year she was allowed to go. Now she wasn't able to because of work, but it's probably just better that way, let's be honest. And I told her that. She's like, yeah, you're probably right, because everyone's just like drunk and doing paraphernalia and naked pretty much. Like literally it's just like dudes like chiseled 8-pack like cum gutters and stuff, like it's ridiculous. And women are just like the Miami type of like, like, what do we got here? Like, Jesus. We're like, and then like, oh, I felt so bad. So we definitely, our company 100% like books out the whole hotel, like as much as they can, if there aren't like reservations like already. And I felt so bad because there was definitely like one family that I kept seeing a lot with 2 kids, like a little boy and little girl, and I know they were not having a good time. Like, because we rent out, there's a lot of pools there, but like the big one that has like the swim up bar and everything, we blocked that off. Yeah, like you have to have a wristband to get in there, and it's only for inside the little people. I know, like their kids are just like, it's in the typical. I swear, it was like a typical movie scene. Mom's pissed, girl and the kid are like looking around like at everything, and the dad is like staring at all like the hot women, like, and she's like not having it, like, and the dad's like, whoa, holy shit, like, oh man. I could see that. There's conversations in the hotel room. Conversations were definitely happening that night for sure. Oh, speaking about conversations, oh my gosh, I have to tell you about the ending of Bahamar. Don't forget that. Of what? The ending of Bahamar, the trip. Oh, okay. There's something that happened in the end. But it was a good time. We were there for the week. Weather was awesome. Food was good. Everything was $10 more expensive though this year, which it was already expensive. Yeah, it was a rum and coke, and you don't tip at any of these places, because it's like, oh, it's already built into it and stuff. Like they already get, I think 8%, like every single bill and stuff. And the one bartender is doing over like 200, 500 checks every day, so 8% of that. But it was $20 for a rum and coke. $20. Yeah, man. For a rum and coke. Is that wild?
That is wild.
Is that wild? Last year when I was there, it was 14. It was 14 or like $13 for a rum and coke, and then it was 20. Food, I swear, was up like the buffet was $40 last year, and this year it was 50 for the buffet, like for the breakfast like buffet. The company gives us $700 though to spend on like food and alcohol.
Yeah.
Last year I walked away and I had $1 left on my credit. This year, and last year they gave us $800, so they gave us $100 less,
and it doesn't even get you as much.
And it doesn't even get you as much. I still walked away with $34 on my credit.
Nice.
Like, didn't have to pay a dime. I didn't win that much in gambling this year, though. I think I brought down $400 in cash for gambling, and I came back home, I think, with $410. So, like, I only won, like, $10 in gambling. It was not a good year.
Hey, it was better than the last year, though.
Yeah. So, I've got $10 there. But the only reason I didn't go over on it was because this year I did buy a liter of Captain Morgan's at the airport at duty free. Mm-hmm. And I brought that with me, and I would put that in a water bottle, take it down to the pool. And I would only order Cokes. Which a Coke was still fucking like, I think $8.
I believe it.
It was like, I think it was $8 to $10 for a Coke. But I was like, whatever. So I'm just making like double rum and Coke the whole time. Good. So it was great. I also, so funny, because I didn't want to smoke down there just because smoking with a whole bunch of people, big crowd. No, my typical environment. I was like, hey, let's not push it.
Yeah.
I found in my dock kit half of a gummy Delta 8 from last year.
Oh, wow.
It was sitting in the bottom of my bar. Had some hair on it. I was like, oh, God, let's get this. I was like, picked around it. I got the hair, cleaned it off, and I had that for like one of the days just to, like, for fun. It was a good time. I took it right before we went snorkeling.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, it's like best idea like ever.
Nice.
Because I'm like snorkeling and I'm like feeling every water molecule on my body like going around. It's so nice, so warm. The fish are amazing. Though I did almost like panic because, like I said, if I was a little bit like more, 100% would have happened. I'm swimming. I'm having a good time, I'm looking at some fish, and all of a sudden, a massive gray figure comes up behind me. I'm talking about, is like distance from me to you. Just comes out of nowhere behind me and cuts in front of me like this. Massive stingray. I'm talking about, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you.
The size of his body.
It's insane. Like, it's like Steve Irwin size. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I was like, I freaked out. I was like, oh, fuck, okay, we're good. I was like looking around for any other ones coming up. I was like yelling at Cole because he was out there. They're like, dude, Steve Irwin.
That's funny.
So no, but that was a good time. But yeah, so it was a good time. Didn't blow any of my money. I was a good boy. I had like the same room, two queen beds all to myself.
Nice.
But so when the last day and also didn't get sick. Last year I did get pneumonia. When I at the last I got sick the second or third day of Baja Mar. Thought it was COVID. And I was getting worse and worse and worse. Thought I had it, tested negative, got back here, and the next day I had pneumonia. This year, totally fine. But the last day, I'm chilling in my room. I have to leave the hotel at 11. Mm-hmm. So I'm just packing up in my room, having a good time, just relaxing. I have one of those rooms that has a door to connect to the other room. But it's like, they're both locked. I don't know who they are. They're encyclical people. I just hear straight yelling. Just shouting, yelling. Coming from the other room. So obviously, I gotta listen to what's going on. It's a girl and a guy, and this girl is just laying in to her husband or boyfriend, whatever it is. You're gonna find out they have a kid, so I don't know, husband or not, whatever. But she's laying into him, saying, "You came home last night, or you got in last night at like 3 a.m. You were so fucking loud. You were knocking over everything. You were turning like the lights on and stuff. Like I was asleep, and like, you got in bed with me, and you were fucking caking me and stuff. You kept waking me up. Like he's just like, I'm sorry. Like she's like, you were so drunk, and like all you do is drank and drank and drank. And I was like, you have a problem. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like I've never heard like one of these like fights before, like in real life. Like, this is like a movie. Like you have a problem. I was like, you already lost $2,000 here gambling and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure she was the inside global person.
Oh, you think?
And yeah, because you get to bring +1.
Yeah. I figured it was the other way.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she made it seem like she was inside global, but it's like we had $1,400 like to spend because each person gets $700, but you blew that already, so we're already $2,000 over that and stuff. And it's like you're just drinking nonstop. It's like you're gonna kill yourself drinking, and it's like you're gonna have to tell. I'm gonna have to tell your daughter that sorry, Daddy's dead because he wouldn't stop drinking.
Oh my
and I'm like,
gosh.
I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god. I get it. What is going on? And he's like, I know. Like, I don't have a problem. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dude, she like ends it with like, when we get home, we're going to therapy and seeing someone, or this is not going to work.
You were like, man.
I was like, sheesh, this is crazy.
You knock on the door between the two and you're like, you guys good in there?
Hey, I heard some mumbling going on. He was just like, he had to be like hungover, so he was like, I'm sorry. I know.
Yeah.
He just like, oh, yeah.
That
was a wild thought. Yeah, that was the craziest conversation I've ever heard, like in real life.
That is funny. Where the walls like obviously thin enough that you could
thin enough, but like I said, with it being like a door, yes, all the sound was coming through the cracks of like the doors, like what it was.
You're just like,
I'm like literally listening in the crack. Yeah, no shame. I'm like what? Because she's screaming at him.
Yeah,
actually screaming. Oh yeah. That was a good time.
I wonder what happened when they got home.
I don't know. I wish I would have known who it was. I really do.
Follow up.
But yeah, so that was my time about how I got home. We're all safe. Christmas, did it all. Kind of Thanksgiving again. Saw like all 4 families, or also I saw 3 families. Didn't see Britt's side, but yeah, it was good. We tried to make it the most we could to see every single person. We did see a lot of my family in the beginning half. Pretty much at the week of Christmas, we were with my family, and then the whole week after Christmas, leading up to New Year's, we were with Grace's like family like every day.
Yeah, nice.
That's what we did. What about you?
We did Christmas Eve. We tried to go to St. John the Apostles, which is like Sandbridge Road when you first turn onto it. That big Catholic church on the left, across from like the Food Lion.
Yeah.
So like before Derek's house, when you first turn.
I know where you're at then.
So that church there, we went there for a Christmas Eve service, and we pull up, and we left so that we could be there like 30 or so minutes before. Mm-hmm. There were so many people. The parking lot was full. Yep. The office buildings that's right next to the 7-Eleven that's on the corner. Yeah,
we would turn left, right, at that 7-Eleven. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So there's it's sort of like office buildings or something.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
That parking lot was full. People were parking on the grass.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, okay, like we parked and we found a spot and we walked up and we're like, let's see how packed it really is inside, because it's a pretty big church.
Yeah.
They had, I don't know if I have a picture, but they had the entire entryway, which is probably like 100-foot by like
Oh no.
50-foot chairs, and then the entire sanctuary area is completely packed. I mean, there was no doubt like
what church is this?
thousands. St. John the Apostles.
Okay.
Anyway, so we're like, yeah, this is not gonna work. Like Sarah was like, I do not want to be.
Oh god,
like, there was so many
stressed
people.
out.
So we ended up leaving there and then going out to Christ the King, which is where Sarah and I got married.
Okay, I know that one. Yeah.
And where Sarah went to school and the church she grew up going to. We get there like 20 minutes before their service is about to start. It's empty. There's like nobody there. It was like such a stark difference. But so it was me, Sarah, and her dad. He met us there.
Nice.
And we did Christmas Eve service
nice
there.
you got to do that with him.
Yeah, and then we saw
That's crazy that.
Oh man, it was absurd.
I mean, Trinity was like that too. It was packed
can't
out.
imagine like if they had 3 services, like 4 o'clock, maybe a 7 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Dude, if the other services were that packed, like they had to have had like 5,000 or more different people that showed up at the church that day.
That's wild.
Oh yeah, it was so many people. But we saw one of Sarah's friends that she went to school with at Christ the King, who recently went and is a nun up in D.C.
Was she dressed up as a nun?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
And her name. So what happens is you get a new name.
Sister, right? No.
Well.
Yeah.
And then
sisters.
Yeah, sister. I don't know if they changed this or if it's just like this group's, but like it's like Sister Mary, and then you get another name like after that, like hers is Pierced Heart. So it's like Sister Mary Pierced Heart, and all of the other sisters that she's in with
Sister
are
Mary something?
Yeah, exactly. So they go by like that second thing.
Do they call them Sister Pierced Heart, or is it Sister Mary Pierced Heart?
I think like when they're talking to each other, it's really just like Pierced Heart. But technically, I think it is like Sister Mary of Pierced Heart or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, but what's funny is like Sarah and I got to hang out with her. Her name was Michelle.
Oh my god. She told you that?
Well, that's what I was getting to. We hung out with her before she actually went to become a nun. So I like got to see her and hang out with her before then. But it was cool to see her and like ask her about how everything was going in that aspect and whatnot. So she doesn't have like a phone. She has like this
no phone, like no like flip phone with just like.
She used her mom's phone to like text some people.
Yeah.
Sometimes like just mainly like this is where I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I'm heading here.
Well, not even that, but like on this date I'm gonna be here at this time. Be there. If you want to see me, basically. So, like, it wasn't like, hey, I'm leaving the house now to go here. It was like, this is the date that we're getting together, and this is what's set in stone, and I'm going to be there, and if you're not there...
You missed me.
Yeah, basically. So, her and Sarah got together, and, like, she had, like, one of them notebooks that flips open, and, like, that's where she keeps all of her...
Scheduling of, like, where she's going to be every, like...
And, like, even, like, all of her, like different... prayers and things like that, and like things that she writes down during services. It's like basically her cell phone in a way. But they got together and got a date set and met each other and hung out a few days later. But
she can drive, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think she can drive.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know all the intricacies of like what is or isn't, but she's a cool girl.
They don't drink, right?
No.
Okay.
But I think they
have wine communion with that stuff.
Well, I was just gonna say I think they like some people are weird about caffeine too, because caffeine. But I think she does drink caffeine because they went to get coffee. But maybe she got tea.
What's
tea might have
what's
caffeine too.
What's the Mormon school college? Baylor.
Yeah.
BYU, right?
BYU. Maybe it's not. Yeah, it's not Baylor. BYU.
BYU. Yeah, they're like, what's worse? Someone would ask them like, would you rather? It was like, would you rather kill someone or drink caffeine or like drink.
Was it like those TikToks? It's like, ooh, oh, that's a good one. Like, let me think about that.
He's like, no, but these people would be like dead serious. Like, would you rather drink a Coca-Cola or like have to kill someone or something? And like, yeah, probably kill someone. Like, yeah, obviously, I'm sure it wasn't like kill someone, but it was like they would say something that was kind of like crazy.
And like, I'd rather do that than drink.
I'd rather do that than drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Like what?
But yeah, so we saw her, that was good. And then we did like Christmas Eve dinner at Sarah's parents' house right there, and had like a little charcuterie board and hung out. And then the next day Sarah and I actually that evening when we got home from Sarah's parents, we opened our Christmas gifts that we had gotten for each other that we had, because both of us were still waiting on Christmas gifts to come, and hung out for the rest of the evening, and then woke up and chilled at the house until about, I want to say like 11 or 12, and then went over to my parents' house and had like dinner or whatever, lunch with my parents and my two brothers, and opened up gifts that we got each other, and then went over to Sarah's parents.
Oh, remind me, I got peanuts for you.
Okay.
For you.
Sarah's parents, and opened up the gifts and had basically another dinner. And then we were going to go over to Sarah's sister out in Portsmouth, but they had COVID or the flu or
they were sick.
something.
Flu was definitely going around, I can tell you that.
So we just went over there and dropped off the presents that her parents, Sarah's parents, had for them, and then the gifts that they had for us, and we saw them for like a few minutes and sat inside for a second, but then left. And then that was Christmas, and then I went back to work the next day. So Sarah was off until
the 26th. You went back?
Mm-hmm.
Because Christmas was on a Sunday, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? Or on a Saturday? Yeah,
it was on a Sunday.
Yeah, so you went back on
the 26th.
Okay.
And, I worked that week. Sarah had off and was hanging out around the house. That's when she saw Pierced Heart. And I know, it is. It's funny because she was saying that, Sarah was saying when they went to get coffee, they were like, oh, like, what's the name? And she, like, was like, Pierced Heart. And the lady's like, what? She said, you can just put heart. It was funny.
Pierced Heart. Excuse me? Heart. Okay, there we go. That's better. How about just none? Like,
literally.
The none, you're the only one here? Like,
but,
This is for the nun. And people, like, a guy comes up, oh, it's me. No, it's not.
And then New Year's, Sarah and I, well, actually, I don't know when Sarah went to sleep, but I was in bed asleep by 9:30, so didn't do anything for New Year's. We were gonna do like a fire and have some people over, but it was raining, so we canceled that, or windy or something.
Yeah.
And then 14 days after that, we're here.
I know. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Christmas good. Nothing. As I didn't work after Christmas for the week, so I just chilled here. We did New Year's here with, like how we did last year with all of Catherine's, like, high school like friends.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much just having all the youngins over here. And had them here. They spent the night. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of, yeah.
I forgot, the week before Christmas, we went up to Pennsylvania and stayed.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
With my cousin for 4 days and played in the snow. And Sarah took her Christmas bonus and bought snow pants, snow jacket, snow gloves.
That's nice.
I think that was it. She was going to get shoes, but they didn't have her size, so she ended up not getting shoes. But she's finally got stuff for like snow
weather, yeah,
which is good,
especially if y'all go up there more like for like an actual snow season of like. Does she ever snowboard or ski?
No, and I don't like. She says that she would like think about trying like skiing, But I think she would really mostly enjoy, like, tubing.
Tubing, oh yeah, you can't get wrong with that.
Because we went sledding, and we had a good time sledding, but we didn't really have the greatest area, and the snow was good enough, but obviously tubing, you get some speed going, you hook up 3-4 people together on the tubes.
Wintergreen, there's tubing up there. That's a good time.
I want to go snowboarding like so bad recently.
Really?
I don't know why. I haven't been in so long, and I'm just
I definitely haven't been snowboarding in like probably at least over 4 years, I bet.
I wish that I could just build a house on my land up there and invite everybody, like all of our friends that want to go.
Good time.
And just like
shred.
Yeah. I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, it's been a while. We were talking about I've been actually thinking about kind of wanting to learn how to ski.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been bored the whole time, but I don't know why. It's something about, I'm like, I feel like it would also be cool to like know how to ski too, so I could do like both.
Yeah.
Like I could do whatever I wanted. Like it doesn't matter.
I did skiing when I was younger first. My mom made me.
Really? See, I only started on the board.
I wish I would have only started on the board. I was like miserable. I hated it. I was like, this sucks. This is dumb. This skiing's for pussies.
That's right.
But
give me the board, man.
Yeah, and then finally I switched to the board. I'll never get back.
Carrington and Monty were in Wyoming. They snowboarded. Monty skis.
Mm-hmm.
Monty was on the ski team.
I was gonna say Monty seems like he could like
fucking prep school bitch. But Carrington snowboards, and Carrington's actually really good at snowboarding.
Yeah,
like, he's a lot better than me. And he said they were out there, and it was just like amazing. But it's so fucking expensive.
Oh,
he said that it was for a week pass. A week pass. I think he said it was $700 or $800.
Yeah, $100 a day
per person.
Yep.
So
that sounds about right.
I think he said they spent 16, right? No, 12. So 18 would be
$800 a person.
Yeah. 1,800.
1,600.
16. There we go. That's better.
$1,600 total between the two of them for just their passes.
Just to pass, yeah. Just a shred.
Crazy.
I know. I was like,
Thomas was telling me that one of the guys that he works with went up to Vermont and was like, yeah, it's like $100 a day. He spent $300 or something. Dude,
wintergreen's kind of apparently expensive.
Yeah, everywhere's kind of expensive. Eggs nowadays.
Oh my god, dude! Don't get me started on that. You know, I used to get a 30-pack, like a 30 rack of eggs.
How much is it?
I used to get a 30 rack of eggs at Hair Cedar. It was like $2, like $2.50 or something.
No way, with $2.
Dog, I'm not shitting.
It was probably $5.
No, now it is. I promise you.
For 30 eggs, it's $5, dude, and you're complaining?
Yeah, dude.
Bro, people are buying 12 for like $8, $10.
Dude, I'm telling you. I promise you, back in the day, it was a Hair Cedar. It was a 30 rack of Hair Cedar brand, like just regular, not like jumbo eggs, just like regular grade eggs.
$2.99.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was under $3. I promise you, it was under $3.
Okay.
Because I remember telling so many people about it. I'm like, I got a Hair Cedar, get the 30 rack of eggs, whatever. It's like $2.50. You literally buy 2 of those, 60 eggs right there, $5. I was telling so many people about it. I remember. Because I would all I used to eat was just eggs and chicken,
I believe you.
And I went, and it's like now it was like $5.37 or something like that, or like $5.57. I was like, what the? I was like, I can't afford this. This is crazy.
Yeah, man, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I saw that recently. Crazy. That shit was killing me. It was rough. It was really rough.
Yeah, everything is getting expensive for some reason. Who knows?
What are we in, Hawaii? God.
Who knows what it could be?
But trying to think what else. So as far as with New Year's, Christmas time, did you set any New Year's resolutions?
Not really. Like I didn't write anything down, but like things that
things that you're changing up in the year.
Yeah, like budgeting.
Nice.
Like having basically a day during the month where we print out our credit card statement, our bank statement.
Yeah, go through it all.
And we haven't done this quite yet. We're still working toward it, but I want to make my own personal sheets where I can put our assets,
Mm-hmm.
our liabilities, and like track them each month, and just for better or for worse, like seeing where the money is
Where
going
the hell is everything going?
and like how things are,
Can we
like
pivot and
whether
change?
your stocks and whatnot are increasing, decreasing, like what you can do.
No, you're going
Anyway.
like in depth, like that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, like all like
Okay.
all anywhere that our money is
You're
have that
yours.
on a
Okay.
sheet that you check every single month. What's this worth this month? And
Got it.
like
Okay.
sort of seeing this way, you have a baseline to from month to month to
Yeah.
see like, and then having that spreadsheet from the previous month without all the credit card statement and the bank statements, with just the here were our bills, here is our assets from last month, and looking at it from month to month and things like that.
Okay.
That's a work in progress, but we did sit down and like
Yeah,
go
it's
through
great.
December, and we're working. Besides that, I want to read through the Bible 3 times. So
Ooh,
last year,
that's a lot.
last
Do
year,
it 3 times.
so last
Mr. B does it once in a flight.
last year I did it in 90 days from, I want to say, August to November.
Oh my god.
And finished it. Now, with that being said, though, sometimes I'm listening to it while I'm working, and it's not necessarily like I'm sitting down for an
Retention.
hour.
Okay.
and like,
Okay.
But I do listen to it and hear it most of the time.
Yeah, I get it.
But there are times, obviously, where you're working and it's like you're doing something and it takes more mind power and you're not actually listening as well.
I get it.
But so I started I started on January 3rd, but what I did was I just listened to the first 2 and now I'm caught up. So like today's the what? Oh shoot, I didn't listen. What's today?
14th.
Today's Saturday?
14th Saturday.
I still need to listen today.
Okay.
I think. But
How long is a listen?
an hour basically. It's an hour a day for 90 days.
Okay.
So it's really not that bad. And usually what I've been doing
90
is
hours? Is how long it takes to go through the Bible?
if you're listening to it on YouVersion. And it's probably a little bit more because sometimes it's a little over an hour. But what I've been trying to do is when I wake up at 7 o'clock, I put it on, and I usually get to work at 8 o'clock, and most of the time people don't show up until about 8:15.
So then, okay, that makes sense.
So most of the time I'm finished by the time people show up. So while I'm prepping my lunch,
doing
while
all your stuff. Okay.
I'm listening to it and doing it. Today's the first day that I actually, because I stayed up so late last night, that I didn't wake up and do it in the morning. So I need to remember to do it because it sort of messed up my morning routine. But so what I want to do is read through the first, read through the Bible in the first 90 days, then do a half a year plan where it's 180 days, and listen to it in a longer time period, and then finish the year with another 90-day run through it. So that's the plan. We'll see how it progresses.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the first time last year that I had read through every single word of the Bible, if you will, like listen to it.
I get it.
Which was really good. I mean,
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Well, no, I mean, not even just from yes, it is good to do that.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to actually, because the way that the plan works too is they have YouTube videos that sort of explain some things.
Are you going through it just in a page order, or are you going through in a chronological story?
I believe they said that it's chronological, so
like within the time and stuff. So you're going around through different books.
yeah.
So you're not going in order.
Not exactly 100%, but I think it's in order of the history of.
Okay.
So what they the best way I can describe from my memory is it went through Genesis, Exodus, then Job, then it comes back sort of to Leviticus, where it's all the laws and numbers of the temple will be built of this and this, and you won't eat this, and then that's sort of the boring stuff, if you will. And then it flips back over into leading up to King David. So it's Samuel and all that, which it was before King David, and getting to King David, and then after David, Solomon and Solomon's kids, and how it is what I really like about it is, since I'd never read all the way through the Bible, is it really is this circle of like, okay, Adam and Eve, have this perfect garden.
Yeah.
They sin. It loops into this thing where it degrades into, Cain and Abel. Cain kills Abel. It's sort of like that fall. Then you get the flood. Then you get this restart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Noah to, I might be saying this wrong, Abraham, Isaac, all that. Things are good. Then they escape from Egypt. Then they sort of turn. They're wandering the desert for 40 years.
Yeah.
Things are bad again. Then the promised land. Things are good. Then you get David. Then Solomon is, good. And then Solomon's sons start to degrade. And then you get this fall again where they lose the land. Then it's like new hope with Jesus. And it's like these circular patterns of, and that's what they sort of relate throughout the plan is like, it's not the same story, but the same ideas played out, and then, obviously, Jesus is the fix to all of this, in that now there's a way, like all sins have been forgiven. It's not like you need to sacrifice and this and that, but it's really cool to read it all through as a cohesive story. I think that's more so the point that I want to make is that it is one cohesive story with lots of stories in there.
Yeah.
That it's crazy the amount of things that you can pull out from it from all different aspects of life, and it's really cool. So I really enjoyed reading it last year, and I was like, it'd be cool to
do it again.
Read it.
Is it a Bible plan? Like,
I can send it to you.
Is that a plan that you can start, like, on the app? Like,
yep.
Okay, because I know they have those things. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
And what's cool is the, I guess, nonprofit that puts it on. They make YouTube videos that are like sort of animated YouTube videos that explain some things like what is holiness, or like explaining like what like Job is, what the story of Job is getting at.
Yeah.
And like even like understanding like the Sabbath or like the Ten Commandments, and putting it in a perspective of how maybe those people thought about it in their day and age, and how that relates today with the new covenant, if you will, moving forward, and how these things are still useful and beneficial to understand the meanings and points behind them to be able to bring to today's life, and how you can apply it in day to day and things like that. So it's good for people that have never even read the Bible or even read anything about it, because those videos actually help explain some of those questions. And then there's always like a quick like few sentence or paragraph devotional start of like, in this section, watch how Abraham does this and how this story progresses in this way, and what can you pull out of that for, how you should treat people or this or that. So I just thought it'd be cool to, read it once last year.
Do it again.
Read it 3 times this year. So, and I'm also interested because reading it in 90 days is great. Like, it's sort of quick and dirty, if you will.
Yeah.
But trying to do it over 180 days and seeing, like,
what more you can capture.
How you can capture either more or less, and then doing it again in 90 days.
Got it.
So, those are really the only 2 things, though, that I can think of, budgeting and that. And then I don't really have, like, necessarily, like, a specific target goal, but, like, working on trying to have my own profitable business is always the goal. So.
Yeah. And how are things back in the yard doing?
Good. We picked up 2 cubic yards of compost today, and we're gonna work on getting that off the dump truck tomorrow morning before noon, and then tomorrow at noon this place opens, and I'm gonna probably try to get maybe 8 cubic yards of mulch, hardwood mulch.
God damn.
So
That's a lot.
yeah, and then I've got like a seedling rack that I've got all the stuff for. Basically, I bought seedling trays. I need to buy lights. I bought heating mats. So, working on. Me and one of the guys that I work for, or work not for, but work with, are trying our best to make our exit plan.
My main goal would be get that fucking junk out of there. Get the stuff
I
that
know.
Todd. Get that out. Oh
We
god,
need to get it out.
that made me feel so good. If that stuff was gone, like it's more open space. Oh god, I would
I know.
love to see that stuff go.
But
Move it somewhere. Todd, take it.
yeah, I need to work with him more. Sometimes I just get so busy doing like obvious, all the other day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
What about you? Any goals for you?
The only thing that I really have done was I did as soon as the ball dropped, I was on it. I deleted all my social media.
Yeah.
So no TikTok, no Instagram, no Snapchat, no Twitter, no Facebook, no YouTube.
No YouTube.
On my phone. YouTube, I can watch at home on the TV and stuff like that, but it's more so on my phone.
Yeah.
The reason I have to delete YouTube is because
YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts, exactly, because it's all stems from TikTok, because I watch TikTok all the time. But if I delete TikTok, then I'm gonna go to Snapchat, or I'm gonna go to Instagram Reels. Delete Instagram, then I'm gonna go to Snapchat for their Snapchat like story stuff. Delete Snapchat, I'm gonna go to Facebook videos. Delete Facebook, I'm gonna go to YouTube, look at YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Like, and then Twitter, I just like Twitter because I didn't go on that shit anyway. I was like, let me just get rid of this anyway, because if I delete all that, then I'm gonna have to get fed from somewhere. So I deleted all that. So the only thing social media I have on my phone is still have Visco, but I don't follow that many people on it. So
yeah,
and I check it like once a day, and there's like 2 photos, and that's it. And I still have Be Real, but Be Real is like I take one photo like during the day, and then when someone, and I only have like 30 friends on it. So if someone updates a photo, I see it, but then that's kind of it.
Yeah.
So I can't be on both those apps.
There's not an unlimited amount of content.
Yeah, I can't be on those apps for more than 5 minutes, 2 minutes, like really, is the thing. So I still have those on there. It fucking sucks. Blows. Going to the bathroom now is so boring and pointless. I hate it.
I hate going to the bathroom.
I hate going to the bathroom now. I'm just like this. I just sit there. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Think about life.
Yeah, I know. Just trying to poop. Like, this is pointless. So yeah, that sucked. That sucked a lot. I do though. I am like cheating like a little bit, because I saved so many TikToks to my phone, like downloaded the videos, 1,120.
All your faves.
All my favorite. It's like my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Because all my favorite ones I have saved my favorites on my TikTok, but if I really like them, I downloaded them.
I gotcha.
So I have all of them. So I was the past like week. I have been going through those, but I just finished going through all of them. So I'm like, oh well, I'll just rewatch or something. I go to rewatch. I'm like, I don't want to watch these. Like I just saw them. Like
yeah.
So I'm kind of out of that now.
You know what you should do? Well, I know you're trying to. Like,
I should make an account where I just repost all of those. Like
no, I was gonna say you should, and I don't know if this is even a good fix, but you should just listen to books.
So, getting into it.
Whoops, jumping the gun.
Because I no longer have meaning to my life. Especially at night, like getting in bed with Grace or something, and like, you want to talk?
What do I do with all this time?
So I've gone back into reading. I'm back on my anime kick.
Okay.
So, obviously, off camera, Christian can see all my books. So, I've already read all through Naruto twice. I've already read through Bleach twice. Read through Full Metal last year. I have watched Hunter x Hunter twice, but I haven't read it, so that will be on the list to read. One Piece, I picked back up on volume 80, and the rest are upstairs. So I picked back up this year on volume 80, and I have all the way to 101. It's what they have out so far. Like, I'm getting caught up, actually making to the updated
now you're
stuff.
Gonna wait.
Where I'm gonna have to wait till the next book won't come until April, volume 102. So I'll have to wait until April to get that one.
Do they only release it one book at a time, or
so they release volumes are 10 chapters. So they release chapters weekly.
Okay.
Is how it works.
I gotcha.
And then 10 chapters will make a volume, and then they make the book, because then that takes time to produce, and that's why there's a little bit of delay. But I don't. So I could read each chapter online, but I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like online, reading like an iPad Kindle thing. That's not my style. I want to hold a book.
Yeah. We're old school.
Yeah, I think it's also because my reading fucking level is terrible, and I have to on a real book. I have note card to cover it.
Yep.
But I started on 80 at the beginning of the year, and I'm currently on number 93.
Hey,
so
that's pretty quick.
Yeah, it takes about an hour at least, sometimes a little bit more, to read a full book. So I've been on a kick of pretty much reading one a day. Is what I've been back. So once I finish One Piece and once I get all caught up, I'll switch down to Mob, Psycho there. Death Note I'll probably leave on the back burner for a little bit. I'll switch to High School of the Dead. Those Tokyo Ghoul and Black Butler, those are Olivia's that she was throwing away.
And you were like, no.
I was like, geez, don't throw these away. So I just add those to collection just for show. But I don't think I'm going to read those. But then after Mob, I'm going to go down to Berserk, which is what Philip turned me on to. Well, granted, Philip actually turned me on to this. He started this bad addiction. But I'll go down to Berserk, and I have all that to 33. But I need to buy 34 to 41. That's what I would need to buy to finish out that collection.
Gotcha.
And then I'd probably go to Hunter x Hunter and read that Death Note and stuff. So I'm gonna be reading a lot. My goal is to read over 100 books this year, which is very doable. When I say books, it's anime books. When I say it only takes me an hour to read a full thing. And so far I'm at 12 books read. And it's the second week of the year.
I was going to say, you're like you said, almost a book a day.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll definitely be able to hit that goal in there. I would also probably once I get off if I get tired of the anime kick and stuff, would like to read an actual book like the book that you told me about.
Everyone should read it. It's called The Bitcoin Standard. It'll tell you about money.
Read that one. Would like to read I got one chapter into Dune.
I've heard of that, but
it's so popular book, and then the movie came out. Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya are in it. It's just so many big words. It's the made up stuff. But I'd rather read Lord of the Rings. Now everyone's like, well, Benton, Lord of the Rings is gonna have words in there that are made up and stuff. True, 100%. But I've watched so many Lord of the Rings videos and movies. I know so much about Lord of the Rings that when I see those words, I'll know.
You know what they're talking about.
I know what they're talking about. I know what that word is. I know how to say that word, because I've watched all the videos and stuff. So where Dune, the movie that came out was only half of the book. So then again, another one comes out this year. So that's my only problem. Lay down. Ashlyn's doing good for all the audio listeners too that just heard her meow. She's still kicking it. Well alive. That one will definitely wreck me. That one will.
Oh gosh.
That one will destroy me for sure. So yeah, anime books, regular books. So just get it's a book year. it's a book year for me. But for Lord of the Rings, I think I would like to listen. There's an audio version of Lord of the Rings where they have it's like 12 different people that read the book, and each person plays like 3 characters or something, so they change the voices in it. But like during battles, while they're like dialogues on, in the background you hear like the ting,
It's like a live action audiobook.
Yeah.
Almost.
So I'm like
they have that for the Bible.
Do they?
On YouVersion, yeah, and I couldn't do it with the Bible.
Yeah,
it was
I
like
get it.
way too underproduced, if that makes sense.
I understand that. Yeah. So this one, I'm excited to like do something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would make me kind of excited to read that. So, reading, no social media is a big one this year for me. Got to get back into shape. I'm trying to. I would like to go to the gym every single day, but it's just like not happening with work schedule. But I'm trying to go at least like 3 times in the week. And I would like to get that up to 4. But I'm mainly just trying to focus on just losing weight, but cardio, because as you know, when I go out surfing, I'm fucking wet, dude. I am wet as soon as I get out there. As soon as we paddle out, we get to like the break, and we finally like, sit. I'm done.
Yeah.
And that's such a shitty feeling. Getting out there. I mean, it's like shitty, but I'm so happy being out there. So
I know what you mean.
It like counteracts it. I'm so happy to be out here, but I'm thinking, God, like I wish I wasn't fucking pooped.
I can't even catch a wave now.
Yeah, like now, I get out there. I'm not catching a wave for the next 5 minutes. I'm sitting here because I don't have anything in me to paddle.
Yeah.
So that's like what I want to work on. It's just my cardio. So I've been just trying to run more and walk. I bought some Hokas, which are really, really nice. Like,
Shoes?
Yeah, shoes. They're like, I'll show you them. They're hella cushion like shoes and stuff. And I've been running them, and legs and feet don't ache at all. Even if I run like back to back like days. Now, granted, my running, I'm doing when I say running, it's run walk, like jog walk. Is what I would say. Not training for a marathon.
You're not running the Shamrock?
Steven is.
Really?
Steven's going down here to run with Julie.
Oh, nice.
And it's like in 8 weeks or something, 9 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And he's just started training for the half marathon.
Hey, at least he's starting early.
He's doing the half marathon.
Okay.
So I was
that's 13 miles.
13 miles. So I was joking with him. I was like, yeah, dude, I'll join you. I'll do it with you. And I mean, like, I'm the type of person where, like, if I say I'm going to do it, then I'm putting my mind to it, like, I'll fucking do it. Like, yeah. But I don't know. Maybe not this year. I'm definitely going to go to watch and support them because it'll be fun. But that could possibly be like a goal for next year or something like that.
There's other half marathons or even 5Ks that come out throughout the entire year. So, but
it'd just be good. Yeah, that could be a goal. But like I said, the reason I want to get in shape is to lose weight and to be able to surf better from a stamina point. I still need to just work on pop up and stuff like that. So once I get my like cardio up and then while I'm in the gym, I'll probably just do more like back workouts because that will help with paddling. But then just doing burpees.
I was gonna say you have
and
that.
I have
app.
the surf. I know, yeah.
Look at their workouts and go to.
They have solid workouts in there.
Because with like. Just a quick note, like when you're working out for surfing, it's not like other sports where you just need to be strong. It's more so like the form and being able to move your whole body in the fluid motion. Yeah. And getting your body used to a little bit of weight doing that.
Yeah, but I think, like I said...
It's still working out.
I think for me, when I think of like the most two like important things for surfing, is the stamina of paddling. Strength of paddling, but so just paddling in general, and then the pop-up motion like fluid and doing that in a quick like thing like wise.
Yeah, like a quick twitch muscle.
It needs to be a quick. It's not like a pop-up. It's a quick fluid motion. Yeah. You know, like there's a form to it. It's not just like you're in it like a snap. But yeah, because I'm like really slow to like get up on my board. not because like I'm out of like balance or something. It's like, look, I'm just fucking slow. Like I'm not strong enough or don't have like that type of muscles. Just like with rock climbing, like there's just different muscles that you're using to pop off your board to get your feet up and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's like the two things I want to focus on this year, so then I can have like a better summer.
Yeah,
at least from a stamina point.
For sure.
But those are the main things. Yeah, finance, as we're doing the same thing with Grace, is we do the beginning of every month. We look at last month's stuff, and we get drunk, and we go through every purchase that we bought, and like go through putting in each different categories, and then see how for this next following month, like where the budget should be, what should we lower, and stuff like that. Like knowing where everything goes. So yeah, doing that too. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
The way to do it.
With everything, it's gonna be. I hope it's a good year. Last year was kind of shitty for the most part. For me and Grace, I just feel like we went through a lot of hardship stuff.
First year.
Yeah, I mean,
first half of the year.
It was great. It was a great last. It was great last year because we got married, and we hit 6 months on Christmas Day. So don't get me wrong, getting married was great, but there was just a lot of death.
Yeah.
That we went through, both of us. So, hoping that's not going to be like that again this year to the extent. I'm sure it's going to happen. But, yeah, it was just a rough year for both of us. It just seemed like a lot of stuff always kept going like wrong with like people's outside of us, which kind of blew. But, ending on a happier note, hopefully we'll be able to kind of pick this back up more, get our schedules together. Here. But yeah, other than that, anything you want to add?
Not as of right now. I mean, we can save this for like next time, but I got a lot hopefully going forward for starting like either selling veggies, working on a market garden, or selling plants to people. Just working with one of the guys at work to really try to figure out how we can do our own thing and still be able to, pay ourselves sort of what we're getting paid now, even if it is a little less, though.
Yeah.
Having our own thing where we can dedicate 40 hours a week to each other, to that business, and, really trying to work toward that. But
definitely,
hopefully, if everything goes well and whatnot, finding people to sell veg boxes to and seeing what that feel is of like whether we have enough wherewithal to not only make it happen and produce the vegetables, but then the people to sell to that want it and that sort of stuff. But we can talk more about that another time. But everything. I'm excited for this year, man. Future's looking bright.
Yeah. And this year we started watching Vampire Diaries, Grace and I. So I know Sarah loves that show. So may have to bring in a little segment and of an update on Vampire Diaries and what's happening, my thoughts and feelings. So I may have to do something like that.
Bring the wives in for that one.
Yeah, I may have to. Yeah, I would love more. I think a New Year's resolution or goal for the podcast for the year would be guest.
Yeah.
Would love to see if we can get more this year. And different locations and stuff would be cool too. So I think that wraps it up for the first episode of Season 3 Couch Surfing Podcast. Glad y'all are still on the board with us. Or on the couch.
Yeah, on the couch.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.